What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to take a look at my 30 days here in KL, how it went, the reality, the expectations and everything in between, so you can make a well-balanced decision if Kuala Lumpur, if Malaysia is the right country for you. So what's it like not to be a tourist anymore in KL? Like, that's one of the most common questions which has been asked to me, and to be honest it took us around like 2 weeks to actually become a resident, because when you come here and everything is beautiful and everything is great, it's very hard to get out of this holiday mood, you know. So even though you know you moved, you still somehow don't get it, you know what I mean? Because everything is new, you're like the white person, you know, so everybody still takes you as a foreigner, even though I'm not white as an piece of a piece of paper, but of course you know what I mean, right? So some people still take you for a tourist, and that's why you still kind of feel like a tourist even after now 30 days. But you have to somehow realize that this tourist life is over and you need to start to get into reality, you know. And the same counts also for the spending, because it's really hard to get out of this tourist mode, you know, because everything is relatively cheap than back home. So you're like, okay, let's grab something here, let's grab something there, and all of a sudden the costs do add up, you know what I mean? So you have to get out of this tourist mode, even though it's very, very hard sometimes. So to put it bluntly, I would call myself a resident tourist, to be honest, because it's very hard not to get these little extras once you're here, you know, because they are really affordable, and you know, you want to do some nice things in the end, you know. So yeah, I'm not a resident, I'm not a tourist, I'm a resident tourist. Let's talk architecture, because architecture is definitely one of those things which has attracted me to KL. And as you can see behind me, all these amazing buildings, and if I just spin the camera around, there are another amazing buildings just right up here, and they are all over the place. So definitely KL has one of the most fascinating buildings, I must definitely say, and there are not like a few of them, there are hundreds if not even thousands all across the city. The skyline, and like I said, even though if you go a little bit further out of KL, is super amazing. And also the contrast, like I cannot show it right here in the place where I'm filming right now, but I'll give you some examples right now in some B-rolls, that you can see that there's a nice combination of old building, historical buildings, just cultural buildings in combination with high rises. And sometimes it's just amazing how an old building could have survived next to these very high buildings, and it's really incredible. But definitely the architecture here is super amazing, and definitely something which you should check out and just see for your own eyes, because it's really amazing. So to answer the question if these buildings are really so impressive also in real life as I thought they would be, definitely. Let's talk heat, guys, because heat is something definitely which you will feel here. Also when you look here at the tower, I'll show it in the B-roll, it's 33 degrees right now here, and it is really hot. So it's definitely something that you have to get used to and you have to like. But for me personally, I really like it, because yeah, I know I sweat a little bit more than back at home, but on the other hand, it's really convenient. Every day, all day, the only thing I wear are like short pants, short sleeves, you know, something for on my head not to get sunburned. But every day it's great weather. And yeah, it does rain sometimes, so you have to, cover, take some shelter in a shopping center or in one of those bridges which I showed you also in the previous videos, or in a convenience store, like whatever, right? But it always stays hot, so it goes from 33 degrees to, let's say, 30 degrees or maybe 28, because 28 is something, it's like cold here, you know. So definitely the heat is something which you have to get used to, but on the other hand it's definitely bearable. But of course it is something which for some people can be a little bit overwhelming. Sorry, motorcycle. But on the other hand, you have a lot of places, to cool down, and you can take your time to go from one place to the other, or at least you have to plan it in case you can't take the heat that much, that you'll get there with a stop in between, so you cool down and then continue your journey. But for me, definitely it is something what I expected. Is it harder? Yeah, it definitely is harder, but is the heat bearable? I will say yes. It is something which I can bear with, and I'm happy that I made the move, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world. Let's talk construction. Is there a lot of construction going on in KL? I will say, yeah, definitely. There are always buildings on the rise, but on the other hand, the way the city is being formed and the way it's being constructed, it's not a way that all these new projects are actually bothering you. Yeah, there is some construction underway, but if you just walk around the city and you do your thing, the construction work is not something which would bother you. And to be honest, when I came here, I thought there would be a lot of construction going on because, you know, KL is really booming. But to be honest, I don't feel any of those noises and any of those problems. And of course, once in a while you'll see a truck or you see a building site like this, but it's really well managed, and it's not built in a way that it bothers the neighborhood, or even if you go with a car or with a Grab or whatever, you know. I would say the style or the management of the building sites is really well. So this is something I was a little bit bothered by when I decided to come to Asia. But to be honest, it's here in Malaysia, it's really well managed. Let's talk convenience, because convenience is very important. You know, when you decide to move to a city, you want things to be convenient. You know, whatever you need something, that you can get it somewhere, or at least somewhere close. And this is, I thought it would be really great in KL, because I heard a lot of positive things, but it's not only great, it's amazing, seriously. The thing is, literally every 5 minutes walking distance, there is a convenience store. I would say every maybe 5 minutes Grab, there is a supermarket. The Grab app itself, I don't know if you ever tried Uber Eats, like Uber Eats and all these other apps, like Bolt, Wolt, and so on, which we use anywhere else in the world, are okay in comparison with Grab, because Grab and the level of service and the speed of delivery time, and not only of your food, it's about groceries, your cab, anything else you would need, because you can buy literally anything through Grab, even your pet food, your home appliances, like anything, it can be delivered to your door through Grab. So the convenience factor is absolutely amazing, guys. Let's talk about the tasty subject. Let's talk about food. So food in KL is definitely something which you have to try out. There are definitely a lot of spots, a lot of restaurants from Indian, Malaysian, Chinese, Malay, of course, and even fusion ones, a mix of all of these, and they are super amazing. There are a lot of restaurants out there, so if you'd ask me what is like a great spot to go to, I would say there are so many, guys, there's so many, it's very hard to pick one. And definitely the places are very, you know, I would say vibrant. So some restaurants are really extremely well decorated. You have a feeling that you are in the country where the restaurant is from. Then of course there are also food courts. Also in the previous video, we are definitely fans of the food courts in the shopping malls, because all of our family members can eat whatever they want, you know, without any hassle. So we are definitely using a lot of these ones. But of course there are also some food trucks, there are some stalls, there are crazy wild, you know, food streets, as you know, Jalan Alor and a lot of bazaars and everything here in KL. So food is definitely something which I thought would be good, but it definitely has topped or even double or triple topped my expectations, because really the amount of food, the amount of restaurants which are here are like next level, seriously. Like I thought there would be many. 1 second, I just need to cross the street. But there are so many, there are extremely a lot of restaurants here. I don't even know how they can keep open. Where are all these customers coming from, you know, to keep all of them open? But there are really a lot of them. So definitely it is something which I expected to be good, but it is definitely next level here in KL, because really Malaysians love their food, and I'm very grateful for that, because then we can also taste all of these amazing things which are here in KL. So yeah, the food, it will be definitely like the #1 thing on my list, which KL has definitely topped. Let's talk about the pace. And the pace in Malaysia is relaxed, you know, it's nice, calm, it's hot weather outside, everything is okay. If not today, hey man, it'll be ready tomorrow. So that's the pace here. And I thought it would be really great here, because, you know, definitely in the countries where the weather is a lot hotter than it was back in Europe, and also in Southern Europe it's already the case, that the pace of life really slows down, and that's definitely the case here. Also regarding paperwork, so if you need to do some paperwork here, take your time. It won't be that fast as you think. So I definitely have this experience many times, so I can definitely confirm that. But yeah, we are here anyway to calm down, right? Like, why would you go to Southeast Asia? Why would you go to KL? Like, that's the idea, right? To calm down. So yeah, the pace of life is definitely a lot more relaxed here. Also regarding living, regarding getting things, but on the other hand, the things which you need in life, like I mentioned before regarding the food, that's super fast, right? So there are things which are really fast here, also very good for the convenience, but there are also some things to relax. Also, for example, a lot of examples actually which I had also in restaurants, like taking your order or delivering of food once you are in a restaurant, and like these little things, or when you order something, like something for a drink, sometimes it takes a long time. Also the fast foods here, I must criticize just a little bit. It's also a little bit like, you know, the Southeast Asian style, it takes longer. The fast food is not as fast as you would definitely have it like back home, but come on, you're in Malaysia, you have to relax. Like, what is the rush? What are you stressing about, you know? So yeah, the pace of life is nice and relaxed. What did I thought it would be? I thought it would be relaxer, and it's even slower than that. So it's, yeah, it's definitely have me thinking and slowing down in life, and like rethinking again, like what's important in life, and just, you know, sometimes you have to wait for something, you know, which I was definitely not used to back home. So yeah, pace of life, great. Just to add to that, also when you have an appointment, people tend to get a little later than is agreed. So, you know, take your time. And for all the coffee lovers, the coffee tastes really good in KL. So, because, you know, sometimes you go to a country and the coffee is like, you know, not really, you know, it's drinkable, but never again, you know. And here it tastes really good. There are a lot of chains here which make coffee. There is Luckin Coffee, there is of course Starbucks, there is Tea Leaf, and definitely a lot of others. So if you want to grab your cup of coffee, or hot or cold, both of them taste really, really good. And they have also a lot of variations. So not just your plain simple coffee like black coffee or coffee with milk, but there are a lot of variations and they all taste really, really good. Let's talk busyness. Is KL busy? Now I must say, yeah, it's busy. I'm definitely not alone walking here, you know, but it's not busy as in a way that it's super crowded and that you feel, you know, some kind of stuck in between millions and millions of people. No, it feels really fine, you know, because when I was moving here, a lot of times people were saying to me like, okay, you're right, but you know, it's 9 million people are living there, like, you know, it's a lot. But to be honest, when you're here and you're doing your thing, you hardly feel it, really. Like, I know I'm here, you know, there are people behind me, you know, sitting there, walking there, but you don't feel the busyness as in a sense that there are millions and millions of people around you. So it feels really comfortable just walking here. You can find yourself alone on the street or on a sideway or whatever. It's just really, really great. So definitely, I must say, yeah, it's not a city which is empty, yeah. But on the other hand, it's just really well developed in a way that you just feel fine in it, you know? You know what I mean? Like, you have cities which is really cramped, there are small streets, small alleys, and everybody's packed inside, and like, you know, you have to push your way through. None of that is here. Everything is developed in such a way that it's really comfortable for a lot of people to make things big here, you know? And if you make things big here, the loads of people or the crowdiness of the place disappears. So in the end, I must say, really, I'm very, very surprised about this. This is not something which I thought would be here, and it is definitely something which I noticed, and it just makes you feel, you know, at peace. You know, you don't feel such a stress or in a hurry or anything like that, because you feel just, you know, great. So yeah, the crowdiness, yeah, but no. Let's talk greenery. So let's take a look here. Is it green? Is it not green? What do you guys think? No, it's really green, like, for sure. Like, KL is one of the most livable places I've seen, like, definitely as a metropole, you know. There are a lot of green spaces here. Definitely also in the heart, and as you saw also in the previous videos and also in this video while I was walking on the street, it's definitely one of the most green cities as I've seen. Like, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Amsterdam, I've been to Sydney, you know, Bratislava, Prague, and all these cities and all these capitals, they are less green than here. So definitely, if you think that Kuala Lumpur is a concrete jungle, definitely think again. And also regarding my expectations, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. Like, I knew I went into a metropole, So I thought it will be some green, but this green I really didn't think it, and it's really amazing because there are literally almost on every streets there are palm trees or just regular trees or a combination of both. So definitely it also helps during the hot weather, you know, for the shades, but also definitely just for your eyes, you know, because you see a lot of green makes you definitely a lot more relaxed, and only seeing like concrete jungles, high rises and everything. It's a good mix of both in this city. So definitely something I did not expect in this extent, and has definitely very overwhelmed me in a very positive way. One more thing which I would like to point out is definitely the friendliness of the Malay people. These are so friendly people. Anytime and anywhere you are in Malaysia, you have some questions, you need to help with something, you just go to somebody on the street, just a stranger on the street, and everybody is super friendly to help you, to guide you and whatever. So definitely just something which I have to point out in this video. I did not definitely expect that Malaysians are such friendly people. So guys, let's try to summarize it. KL is absolutely an amazing city. There are so many upsides here. Definitely for me and my family, it has been the place to go. It has absolutely everything which we wished for and even more. Of course, I'm sure that over time we'll find some downsides like in every city, you know, because nothing in life is perfect, but this city is for us the perfect city in Southeast Asia. Overall, I would say during the 30 days which we have lived here, it has given us a lot of like life lessons for sure. If you watched also my other videos, like we have been through hell, you know, at certain times. But on the other hand, it has so many upsides. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world. So, and the answer to the question, will I stay or will I go? And the answer is that we are definitely staying for now. And guys, if you like this type of content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I really hope to see you in the next one.